Hey guys, Greg with Avid. We are here again, right here at the NUGEN audio booth here at our Avid Partner Pavilion. And I wanted to just do a quick video. We've still got Freddy here. Freddy, how are you? Good to see you again.
Still good, still good.
Still good. He's great. Love these guys. So I wanted to do just a quick video talking about one of their plugins specifically. That's a huge part of my workflow. As you guys know, I'm an electronic dance music producer. And a couple years ago, I was introduced to this plugin. This is the NUGEN Audio Monofilter. Really amazing, simple looking plugin, but does so much great work and has caused me to sound much better than I actually am. And I'll tell you why. So this plugin, and then Freddy will certainly go a little bit deeper and explain it a lot better. What it does for me, it allows me to really, it really helps me with a lot of my low end and bass management. So what it allows me to do is find a specific frequency point, and anything below that, and I can filter it a bit, but allows me to basically take any of that information and sub it down to mono. That's it in a nutshell. Now, there's a lot of other functionality down here that Freddy will explain, but really what this allows me to do is just really get obviously in dance music and techno and house music and even in ambient music, or just music in general, but certainly the music I make, that low end management is really essential. We want to make sure that we present all the low end in its best possible light, but I also know that this stuff is going to be mostly played in clubs, and I want to make sure that sometimes, and if I'm mixing someone else, they might be sending me signals or tracks with their low end that might be, they've created it in stereo, and I've really got to manage that, whether it's on those individual tracks or even on the master. So I'm actually showing off some stuff here at AES where I'm actually using monofilter on my master channel. But Freddy, can you just, I've kind of dumbed it down a little bit, but can you walk us through monofilter and tell us about why I love this plugin so very much?
Sure, so monofilter has three main controls. So you have the high pass cutoff here, the low frequency node and the high frequency node. The kind of standard setup, everything below the low frequency node is in mono, and everything above the high frequency node is in full stereo, and kind of between those two it's sort of gradually opening up, so you can kind of control how harsh that angle is. You can also fine tune the width, so if you don't want the bass fully in mono, you can maybe bring it up to say 15–20%. If you like, you can even have the highs in mono and the bass in stereo, although it would be pretty niche, I think, that you'd want to try and do that. You also have trim controls over the mono and stereo signal, so sometimes, even though you aren't really losing any low end, when you put the bass into mono, it feels like sometimes like you've lost a little bit of thump. So I always tend to just trim the mono up a little bit, give it maybe an extra dB or so to compensate for that. You mentioned all the extra features at the bottom here as well. So there's three different algorithms. So there's the linear phase, which is kind of the standard. For most applications, that sounds great. We also have zero latency, so that's a little bit lower quality, but it still sounds great, and that's really useful. For example, if you're using this for live monitoring, maybe you're in the middle of a recording session, you've already got this on a track, and you want to make sure that you've not got any weird kind of latency happening. We also have the high quality algorithm. That's really useful if you're using monofilter maybe for some mastering and you want everything to sound totally pristine. We also have these phase meters at the bottom as well. That's just showing you the phase difference between the left and right. So that's just about everything. I don't think you dumbed it down too much. I think you're pretty close.
You're very kind. So Freddy, thank you. So those of you who follow me on any of my social media know that last year I did a list of my top favorite plugins of all time, and this is in my top 10. So I wanted to make sure I give these guys a little bit of love because they're amazing. If you don't already have this plugin, you really need to check it out. Come by and check them out right here at booth number 504. Freddy, again, thank you. Still doing great, and we'll see you guys down here.